Here's a tough one, people. Digital library. We are entering the digital age. Whether I like it or not, we are entering the digital age. And it is important to understand that people will be downloading games to their systems. Now, we are talking about games that are available, and this will not just be about next-gen games that are available or third-party games. This even dives into their libraries.
Now,
so,
is this just downloading games or is this streaming?
Digital games.
Streaming could count.
This is the digital library.
Sony wins. I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
I'm going to tell you why they don't, but you go ahead.
Oh.
Okay, because you all know that you can download PS1 games. I've done it. You can,
Which is quite the library.
It's really
and
awesome.
you can do PS2. I don't do it because...
But the PlayStation 2 is weak.
Yes.
I mark it down on the PlayStation 2 because there's like less than 30 games and most
PlayStation Now.
The PlayStation Now.
Is it out?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And it is a streaming service, yes. Like Netflix, you rent, quote-unquote, the games and you stream them. But... they're going to keep coming them out with more and more. And you can
keep. We're not talking future. Right now, is it worth your money?
Well, I can't give you a definitive answer because I haven't done it yet.
Here's my reason why PlayStation is not going to take first for me with that. Okay? I bought my PlayStation 4. Counting download games, I have 12 games. Alright? Yes. I've bought a crap load of games in the short time I've had my PS4.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
500 gigabyte hard drive stock in the system. I have 100 gigs left after only 12 games. I had save data. I had save data.
Digital download library.
Yep. Let me put this into perspective. I had save data for 267 games on my Xbox 360 that had a 320 gigabyte hard drive, and I still had 55 gigs of available memory left.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that.
12 games, 267.
Okay, to be fair,
that's a fair comment.
Some of the stuff that you download, the games and stuff, if you do delete it from your system at the time, you can re-download it later on.
Right.
It is saved.
Yeah. That's the same thing with the Xbox, too, though.
But that's also not a 100% guarantee because
but here's
I lost
my,
my Turtles when it deleted.
But here's my thing.
Because it was no longer on the marketplace.
Bringing up a hard drive space is a big issue because...
So you don't want to delete certain games because let's say you don't own Sudekin 2, but you downloaded it, and it's only an exclusive on the PlayStation for a year. Then they're going to remove it from the library to make space for another game they're going to put on there, and you lose it somehow. You cannot re-download it.
I'll give you kind of like the fact that my PS4 is broken.
So there are games that you want to keep on the hard drive.
But
so size of the hard drive and usability as such is important.
And that's what I want to talk about because with the PS4, yes, it's 500 gigs. But
you can change it.
But with the Xbox, you cannot. You have to have an external hard drive.
Ooh, that makes me feel like that thing just got third place.
They did make a 1 terabyte Xbox One.
That you would have to buy.
You already have the 500 gigabyte.
Yeah. I'm not going to sell my Xbox One for 500 more gigs. I do have a 500 gig external hard drive that I can plug it up to. But that's what's bad about it. Now for the PS4, I run out of space and I don't want to delete anything. Pop it open, replace it with a new one, keep that one somewhere safe, and I'm going to have to obviously just continue It's going to be a pain in the ass.
No. Because this you've done before. You just did it smaller.
Yep.
PS2 memory cards.
Yep.
I know somebody who actually did upgrade
to a 2
terabyte. 2 terabyte hard drive. Somebody worked with at GameStop. Upgraded theirs to 2 terabytes for their PlayStation 4.
Because you're going to need it with all these installs.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, that's
all
the only thing that's going to bug me. Is I have Outlast.
What you said about
earlier, my DC
12
Universe
games?
Online, all kinds of games I've been playing that have already been installed. And that's the only reason I haven't screwed around with my PS4.
What you said about 12 games having only 100 gigs left, I ran into your situation maybe only a couple months ago. Bought a new game. I can't remember the game. Went to put it in.
Not enough
space. So I go to my library. I go to my settings. I want to see my hard drive. I want to see what's filled up. I see how much memory I have left. I'm like, ooh, I got less than 50 gigs.
Yep.
So I'm going through my library, and I'm like, okay, I don't own that game because I rented it. Buy. Okay, I'm keeping that one because I own that game. Games I rented, I deleted them so I can make room for more. But now I'm running into this issue again because in the next couple of weeks, I'm picking up Type 0 for my PS4.
Are you getting Borderlands?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I am getting Bloodborne, which is a PS4 exclusive.
And you're going to hate that game because it's the new Dark Souls, but when you get tired of it and get tired of dying all the time, you give me that game because I'll play it.
I'll let you borrow it. Yeah.
But the Wii U does have a good amount of digital games.
Yes.
Across the N64, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo, the Sega Genesis,
Now,
the
my thing
Sega Master System, the GameCube, and now Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games, and soon, this is future so it doesn't count, but DS is making its way on because guess what? 2 screens.
What about Virtual Boy?
Do you want to try Virtual Boy on the Wii U?
So,
Yes.
here's my thing. Here's my thing. Here's how I'm going to rank these, and I'll give you a quick rundown real fast.
Just to cut in, the Wii U also is acceptable with the external hard drives. You can buy like 4, 5, 6 terabytes, whatever.
And the reason why is because the Wii U that me and Bill own, we both bought the Wind Waker one, and we all know that those only came in 32 gigs. Yeah. Now,
which so far I haven't even dented.
Yes, but to be fair, Wii U games, first off, don't need to be installed. Second off, don't take much memory. So 32 gigs will last you for that. Now, if I got 32 gigs for my PS4, I can play one game.
You might be able to play one game. Dragon Age Origins.
45 gigs.
45 gigs on your hard drive for Dragon Age Inquisition. By itself.
I should have put this in the feature. That's my fault. I forgot. But what I like about the Xbox One is when I go install games, it tells me how much memory I have when it's installing. It says my percentage. Right now, I've already used 48% of my hard drive. I have about 200 gigs, but I've only got this many games installed.
That's a 5 for those of you who can't see sound.
Yeah. See my hands? I put 5 up.
So here's how I'm going to rank this, all right? Nintendo wins again, all right? First place for Nintendo.
So
you've got all of these. You got all of these things.
Are we agreeing on this?
Nintendo first. If this was last generation, I would put Xbox before PlayStation.
So far, you were saying PlayStation. Are you changing your mind?
Well, because Spencer brought up hard drive situations, yes. I am going to put Sony at number 2.
Yep.
I'm putting Xbox at 1 because I can't change it. I have to use an external.
You're putting Xbox at 3?
Yeah,
What'd I say?
1.
Oh, yeah, no. Please don't. I'm really tired.
Nintendo wins, all right?
Nintendo goes first, Sony
goes second,
Xbox
goes
dead
third.
last.
Now, if this was... Let me just finish this real quick. Fast remark. If this was last generation, I would have went Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony. Because my Xbox 360, I didn't have to install a game. I had the choice whether or not I wanted to do that.
This is true.
Now, with certain games on the PlayStation, they made you install, but there were certain games that I owned that I put in and it started right up.
Later on in the system's lifespan. At the beginning, it was install everything.
Yes.
So you got home with Heavenly Sword, and you were like, Kratos is a chick, but a giant sword, and I'm going to rape shit. You put it in, you're like, all right, well, that's 40 minutes I gotta wait. Time to go dumb.
Hey, but at least when I put in Metal Gear Solid 4 for the first time, I got to at least watch Snake smoke.
Whoa.
And smoke.
You got to watch a fancy fucking loading screen.
It is true.
To be fair,
going back to PlayStation 1 on that.
To be fair, it's the fanciest one I've seen.